The 5-minute Stoic habit that can rewire your brain. A modern guide rooted in ancient wisdom. Part 1. Why the simplest thing holds the greatest power. You might think, to change your mind, you need to meditate for an hour, read a dozen books, or go through some major life crisis. But in truth, just 5 minutes, done consistently and mindfully, can reshape the way you think. Here's the paradox. The more urgently you try to improve yourself, the more exhausted you become. The more you chase peace outside, the more chaotic your mind feels inside. And the strangest part? A 2,000-year-old philosophy, forged in the harsh realities of battlefields, marketplaces, and royal courts, can restore your mind in today's digital chaos. Stoicism is not a theory to debate. It's a way of living, and sometimes it starts with a tiny habit, something you can do as soon as tomorrow morning. The question is, if a short habit can transform the way you respond to life, would you dare to try it? Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." So if you can change your thinking, even for 5 minutes, what else might change? This video will walk you through a simple daily Stoic habit. Its impact doesn't lie in the 5 minutes you practice, but in the way you live afterward. Part 2. Stress doesn't come from what you think. Have you noticed, even when you're doing nothing, your mind won't stop spinning? An unanswered email, a text left unread, a goal you haven't hit. Stress lingers like background noise, not loud but ever present. We live in an unprecedented age, where everything is fast, yet the mind hasn't slowed down. Where everyone is connected, yet you feel alone. Where everything is measured, even your value. And that's how we fall into the loop. Comparison, anxiety, control, disappointment, more anxiety. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "Much of our distress comes not from what happens, but from how we think about it." We're not anxious about the email. We're anxious about what others might think. We're not tired from work. We're tired because our minds race ahead, judging, imagining failure. We're stretched not by reality, but by our reaction to it. Worse yet, we believe we must control everything, be perfect, be on time, be cheerful, be strong. That must is the root of mental exhaustion. Stoicism doesn't teach you to control the world. It teaches you to focus on the only thing worth mastering, yourself. Part 3. Don't react. Choose. Stoics don't believe you can avoid hardship. They believe you can choose how to face it. Stoicism begins with a powerful, simple principle. Distinguish between what you can control and what you can't. Epictetus said, "Some things are up to us, some things are not. Confuse the two and you'll suffer." So what is he up to us? Your thoughts, your attitude, your chosen actions. And what's not? Other people's emotions, work outcomes, weather, the economy, or someone's unexpected reaction. Here's the trap we all fall into. We react instead of choosing a response. You see an email from your boss, your heart races, you don't get a reply to your text. You feel uneasy, you scroll through someone's success. You panic. That's not your fault, it's your brain, wired to survive. React, judge, flee. But Stoics knew this and interrupted the cycle. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "If you are harmed, it is because you judge that you were harmed." That's not denial. It's a reminder that between stimulus and response, you have the power to pause. That pause is where inner freedom begins. You can't stop the world, but you can stop yourself from being dragged into the whirlwind. And that's the first step to mastering yourself. Part 4. 3 small tools, 1 big inner shift. 1. The breathing practice. Interrupt the reaction. When anxiety hits, try something simple. Pause. Exhale slowly, then breathe in deeply. You're creating a space, a gap between stimulus and response. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens that troubles us, but how we perceive it." Interrupting the loop gives you space to choose a new perception. Practice. Whenever something triggers you, count slowly from 1 to 5, just 5 seconds, and your mind calms down. It's not magic, it's neuroscience. 2. Morning journaling. Clear the mind. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, left behind meditations. Hundreds of notes he wrote to himself, not others. He wrote to stay clear, honest, and grounded before facing the day. You can do the same. Spend 5 minutes each morning answering 3 questions. How do I want to act today? What might disturb my peace? How will I respond when it happens? Writing is training your brain to anticipate, not control, to prepare, not to panic. 3. Voluntary discomfort. Train before the storm. Seneca once said, "I voluntarily experience discomfort so that real hardship never catches me off guard." It's called voluntary discomfort, intentionally facing minor unease. Try simple acts like taking a 10-second cold shower, not using your phone for an hour, walking instead of driving. These tiny choices, done consistently, build resilience. Your brain learns not to fear the unexpected. Each day you grow from the inside out. If these 3 tools seem too simple, that's a good sign. Stoics never sought complexity, they sought consistency. If you've tried any of these, share in the comments. If you haven't, try them before you say they don't work. Part 5, are you reacting or choosing? Take a moment. Be honest with yourself. When was the last time you felt anxious? And what did you do? Did you instantly react with anger, avoidance, or control? Or did you pause, breathe deeply, and observe? Many confuse reaction with reflex, but Epictetus taught, freedom begins the moment we learn to pause before our first impulse. That pause is the difference between surviving and living intentionally. Observe yourself in the smallest moments. When criticized, do you defend or listen? When plans change, do you panic or adjust? When a new day begins, do you scroll or sit quietly for a minute? Don't rush to answer, just observe. Truth doesn't need debate, it only needs to be seen, honestly. You don't need to fix everything. You only need to stop letting the outside dictate your inner world. Marcus Aurelius said, "The mind becomes invincible if we refuse to let it be disturbed." And peace isn't about silence, it's about choosing stillness, even when the world is loud. Part 6, you're not weak, you just haven't learned to pause. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to pause long enough to see where you're headed. Stoics weren't superior because they were cold. They simply refused to let emotions run their actions. They observed, they chose, and they took responsibility every second. Seneca once wrote, "No storm can sink a ship if its captain is not afraid of death." Meaning, if your mind is steady, the world can shake, and you'll remain grounded. So today, if you feel tired, anxious, or trapped in the cycle of work and expectation, start again with just 5 minutes for yourself. 5 minutes to breathe, 5 minutes to journal your intentions, 5 minutes to face discomfort instead of running from it. That's how your brain starts to change, not through force, but through conscious choice. If this video brings you value, subscribe to Stoic Bloom. More videos like this await you. Every like or comment is not just support, it's a declaration. I'm learning to live more mindfully.